And so to the final act as we reveal our Man of the Year 2015. It's a special award and needs an equally special presenter. One of TV's finest and most diverse actors, comedians, screenwriters and novelists. He has lit up the small screen in some of our favourite shows, from making us laugh until we squirm in The League of Gentlemen and Nighty Night, to giving Benedict Cumberbatch a run for his money as his brother Mycroft in Sherlock, pulling the purse strings in Game of Thrones, and his recent monstrous turn in London Spy opposite Ben Whishaw. He's no slouch on the other side of the camera either, having helped bring back two of Britain's finest creations, Doctor Who and Sherlock, writing for both and co-creating the latter with Stephen Moffat. He'll be back on the big screen next year in the new Dad's Army film, but in the here and now, please welcome our own Sergeant Major of the Macabre, Mark Gatiss.
Thank you. Thank you. Charming. I first met, I'm going to read this, but I first met the recipient of this award at the Edinburgh Festival in 1997 when we were up for the Perrier Award. At the same time, we had to wait for him because his show was running late because it involved the ordering of live pizza. Not live pizza, you know. I remember that well. It's easy to take the work of a consummate professional for granted until today, especially when he's on national television most weeks at the head of an eponymous chat show where the guests are actively encouraged to be the stars rather than the host. But to see him close up as the cement between the bricks of a live show, such as Eurovision or the BAFTAs, and it's a lesson in the craft of broadcasting. Measured but quick-witted, respectful but never sycophantic, he is the calm in the eye of the storm. Our winner might twitch at the notion of being called a national treasure, having barely passed 50, national trinket, perhaps. But it's a truth that the mention of his name engenders universal affection. That's absolutely true. And that's not easily won or maintained. He has a lovely new beard, though I've never met her. Please welcome the Winq Man of the Year 2015, the very beautiful Mr. Graham Norton.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Obviously, I'd like to thank Darren and everyone at Winq for giving me this prize. Thank you to Mark for leaving the house and having a stand-up wash today. And also, I suppose, really, I'd like to thank my life partner, my rock. I'd like to, but don't have one of them. So, I felt like a lot of today was just out to mock single people. A suite for two. Two people on the merry-go-round. Yeah, fuck you. So, I honestly, I have no idea what I've done to deserve this. The only thing I think is that I've been visible. I've just been on telly for a long time, and I have been a gay man on telly for a long time. And I've never done anything kind of overtly political or anything overtly helpful. But I think just being visible is a big deal. And earlier this week, so this is a random thing. So I was at a Madonna concert, and I got asked up on stage to dance with Madonna. Now, you immediately want to say, I'm too old, but fuck it, she's older, so you can't. You can't do that. So I thought, you know, what should I do? So obviously, saying yes to freestyle dancing in front of 20,000 people, it'll never end well. It's a bad idea. And yet, I had to say yes. And I had to say yes for my 25-year-old self. I had to say yes for him. Because I remember standing in the Royal Vauxhall Tavern as a shaky screen would be lowered from the ceiling. And they would show clips of Madonna at the MTV Music Awards or the Grammys. And I remember seeing her dancers. And like, dancers can seem a little gay. But her dancers didn't seem gay. They were gay. That was the point of them. She had gay dancers. And it was at a time when we didn't have many friends. We didn't have many people standing up for us or standing by us or shoving us to the front of a stage. And she did. And what that night at the O2 dancing with her reminded me of what has happened in those intervening years, in those 30 years. And Peter's been a huge part of that, and so many people have been a huge part of that. And so has Elton John. And I'm so delighted to be associated with the Elton John AIDS Foundation, because what Elton does is he gives us a kind of global visibility in countries where no one can be out and proud, no one can be visible. Elton can. He can go and he can speak for us, and he can speak for the gay people in those countries. And we've achieved extraordinary things in Britain, and we have such equality now. You know what I mean? It's one of the things where you're like, what do we want? Oh, we've got everything. That's just happened. But as Peter was saying, in the rest of the world, they don't. And more than that, right now, we're under threat. And we're under threat by people who actively disapprove of us, who actually think we're evil. And that's why I think today is so special, Winq, and thank you for doing this, because on a day like today, what's extraordinary is it's fun, we're having wine, we're just having a lovely day. But in the world right now, this is an act of defiance. And this is an act of strength, and it's an act of visibility. And that is very important. So thank you very much to Winq, and thank you for this award. Thank you.